Thank you, Sri Lakshmi.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Hello, good afternoon, good evening.
Good morning to all of you.
Hello,
Hi.
good morning.
So it's
Good
a
morning.
Good morning,
Yeah.
Shashi.
a good time for
What did you say?
is it good time? Usual time, right?
For us, yes.
We can change to 8 o'clock. So they can meet us.
No, for us,
We can change
We
to
are
8 o'clock.
that
Okay.
UK people can. For us, it's fine. 7:30 is good. Sorry, 5:30 is good.
5:30, which is 7 p.m. here. He says it's good for them.
Yeah.
7 is good for us unless unless somebody has a problem coming at 7 o'clock. If somebody can come at 6, we have not changed anything here. We were coming at 7, again we are coming at 7. But as we go into winter, it is going to get cooler and cooler. Ideally, 11 a.m. will be ideal. By the time the climate will warm up a little bit, at least in the north. It may be a difference of 1 or 2 degrees, maybe.
7 o'clock is fine, no?
I don't think I'm not going to make any change to the time right now.
Yeah.
Then it causes confusion, and then people
So-
have other schedules. So all those things, you have to look into all those things. So that's why 7 a.m. 7 a.m. it is.
I was thinking for Indian who is working in India. They barely come home at 5:30.
No, if they were willing to do it at 4:30, they would be willing to do it at 5:30 as well, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's almost time.
Yes.
Oh, Rajashree has popped up. Nice. She's back from the village, or she's on the way from the village. She said she's going to the village. Going to her village, I think.
In Tamil Nadu?
Oh, she's still traveling. Wow.
Not my village, sir. Some village, Siddipeta. I'm back home. I'll be there in 10 minutes.
No problem. Very nice. I'm delighted with your commitment.
Thank you, sir. Don't be sarcastic.
So Rajashree 2 months back and Rajashree 2 months later, they're completely poles apart. 2 months back, I had to yell at Rajashree to come to class. I had to threaten the stick.
Yes.
Very nice. What Patanjali and Ishvara can do, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's start with 3 ohms. Take a deep breath. Namaste, everyone. And the usual voice of prayer and chanting is not here. Purna is not here. She's going to be out. So in her place, Sri Lakshmi will fill the big boots, big shoes. Go ahead, Sri Lakshmi. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah. Om Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaidyakena Yopakaruttam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjaliranathosmi Abahu Purushakaram Shankachakrazhidarinam Sahasrashirasam Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim Srimate Anantaya Nagarajaya Namo Namaha अथ साधनपादः तपः स्वाध्याय ईश्वरप्रणिधानानि क्रियायोगः समाधि भावनार्थः क्लेश तनुकरणार्थश्च अविद्या अस्मिता राग द्वेष अभिनिवेशाः क्लेशाः अविद्या क्षेत्रम् उत्तरेषां प्रसुप्त तनु विच्छिन्न उदाराणाम् अनित्य अशुचि दुःख अनात्मसु नित्य शुचि सुख आत्मख्यातिः अविद्या दृग्दर्शनशक्त्योः एकात्मता इव अस्मिता सुखानुशयी रागः दुःखानुशयी द्वेषः स्वरसवाही विदुषोऽपि समारूढः अभिनिवेशः ते प्रतिप्रसवहेयाः सूक्ष्माः ध्यानहेयाः तद्वृत्तयः क्लेशमूलः कर्माशयो दृष्टादृष्टजन्म वेदनीयः सति मूले तद्विपाको जात्यायुर्भोगः ते ह्लादपरितापफलाः पुण्या पुण्य हेतुत्वात् परिणामताप संस्कार दुःखैः गुणवृत्तिविरोधाच्च दुःखमेव सर्वं विवेकिनः हेयं दुःखमनागतम् द्रष्ट्र द्रश्ययोः संयोगो हेय हेतुः प्रकाश क्रिया स्थितिशीलं भूतेन्द्रियात्मकं भोगापवर्गार्थं दृश्यं विशेषाविशेष लिङ्गमात्रालिङ्गानि गुणपर्वाणि दृष्टादृशिमात्रः शुद्धोऽपि प्रत्ययानुपश्यः तदर्थ एव दृश्यस्य तस्य आत्मा.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sarashmi. Thank you very much. Thank you. So let me switch to our sutra book. Okay, here we go. This is where we stopped last week. Unforgettable Sutra 215. Any questions on this? Starting Sutra 12, we are into karma, the loss of karma, and then understanding the cause of karma. So 215, from 215, we are understanding the cause of karma, causes of karma. And then from 218 to 221, we will see how to dissociate from karma, sutras on that. So we will see all that. But we are actually in the thick of this understanding of karma, and no wonder we have so many questions. And it should be that way, so that this understanding of karma is rock solid. So any questions here? And even before 212, there are a couple of sutras, 2-3 sutras, which are bridging us from the kleshas. He spoke about the 5 kleshas, and he explained the 5 kleshas. Avidya, Asmita, Raga, Dvesha, and Abhinivesha. All the 5 kleshas he explained. And following that, there were 2-3 sutras, I think maybe 2-3 sutras, which were bridging us from the kleshas to the karma. And then he started getting into the meat of karma, or into the essence of karma. So that's where we are. In Sutra 215, since there are no questions, I'll quickly recap whatever we said. Vivekinaha, that is the last word, Vivekinaha. And Vivekinaha, Sarala pointed out last week, Vivekinaha refers to that sutra on avidya, where he says, a person who does not have Vivekinaha, that is a person who is not a discerning person, what will he do? He will think nitya, that is all that is anitya, all that is impermanent, all that is unclean, ashuchi, all that is misery, dukkha, and all that is nitya, ashuchi, sukha, dukkha, and anatma. So what that is not of our core value. All these 4, a person who is not a vivekina, who is not a discerning person, will think that to be permanent, nitya. All anitya things he will think as nitya, which means he's thinking his life here is permanent. He thinks that his body is permanent. He thinks all his relatives are permanent. And that is why that great sorrow when someone passes away. Or when a plant dies, we cry. Or when a pet dies, we cry. Okay? So this is how. So a Vivekina is a person who understands that what is impermanent, what is permanent, what is shuchi, what is clean, what is unclean, what is misery, what is not misery, what is pleasant, sukha and dukkha, he understands, and what is core value, atma, core value, atma, and what is anatma, so what is not our core value. So all that that is the discerning person. She pointed out last week, Sarala. So Vivekina the definition of Vivekinaha, we can take from that. So what happens? A person who is a Vivekinaha, he understands, the discriminating person understands everything to be miserable. That everything is the key word here. Everything meaning not everything in the world, but that which comes from the result of miserable samskaras, that which comes from difficult samskaras. That anything that is coming from difficult samskaras, he understands that will be miserable. And he understands that he has to go through that experience. Sanskara expressions and opposing the expression of gunas. So because of the sanskaras, the gunas are flowing in us, and we are trying to judge and oppose the gunas, and that's how which is basically our reaction. This opposing of the gunas is our reaction. So that is what causes the misery in us. And that's what causes that's what is going to form new karmas in us. So in 214, he speaks about, in Sutra 214, he's pointing out, which we did not, which I want to quickly show you. In 214, he says how the karmas accrue, the papa karmas and punya karmas, how they accrue. That's what he's pointing out in 214. The how we react is how the karmas are accumulated. Okay. So with this understanding, we will move forward. So now we know that the gunas are the ones which are bringing this, getting the things to flow in us. The expressions are flowing through the gunas, and by opposing those expressions, opposing the guna, is how we are finding the misery. Okay, let us see. Two 16, a short sutra. Heyam dukkham anagatam. Heyam dukkham anagatam. So heyam means oppose or avoid. We have seen this heyam, heyaha. We have seen it as heyaha. Dukkham is misery. Anagatam, that which have not yet come. So a person, a vivekinaha, a discerning person, makes sense, right? To oppose the miseries that have not yet come. How to, opposing means not in terms of pushing it away, but to understand how they can be prevented from causing difficulties for us, bringing miseries for us. So one tries to oppose the miseries that have not yet come. That's the meaning of that. Heyam dukkham anagad. So following that, in Sutra 17, he says, Drashtra drishyayoho sanyogo heya hetuhu. Drashtra drishyayoho sanyogo heya hetuhu. So drashtra is one who sees. Drishyayoho means the sights that are seen. So I am the one that who is seeing. And what am I seeing? I'm seeing plants, flowers, all that. So that's the sight I'm seeing. So drashtra drishyayoho means one who sees and the sights that are seen. Sanyogo means association between the two. I am the seer and I'm seeing something. And in between, there is something, that association. The association between heya hetuhu, the cause to be opposed. So he says there is a filter in between. We have talked about this earlier. I open the door, I see a person standing in front. Yeah, a person. And based on the person who is, it is just a person. But by the time I register, I have already made judgments on the person. He is short, he is very extremely fair in color. He has long hair, short hair, all this stuff. That association between what is there in front and what is registering in me, between the two, this association is what is to be opposed. That's what he's saying here. And that is the one which is bringing us misery. So that's what he says. The cause to be opposed is the association between the seer or the experiencer or the observer with what one sees or experiences. If that filter were not there, our experience would be absolute. Because of that filter, what is this filter? This filter is that samskaras, correct? All the kleshas, karmas, vasanas, all that. So that filter, if that filter were not there, then our experience would be absolute. We would be only seeing what is there in front of us. Any questions here? Okay. So we have, we will now move on to Sutra 18. Okay. Very nice sutra, which is going to bridge us from there to here. So he's going to, since we spoke about gunas, so he's going to speak about something more about gunas, how to understand these gunas. It's a very, if you see the line here, we will see that what these gunas are about. Okay. Prakasha kriya sthiti bhuta indriya anagatam bhoga apavargartham drishyam. Prakasha kriya sthiti shilam bhuta indriya anagatam bhoga apavargartham drishyam. Okay. Let us see. This drishyam, the last word drishyam. See this, anytime you see this word drish, that means it has something to do with seeing, sight, seer, depending on the how the verb is constructed. Okay. So drishyam here means the sight or what is being seen. Apavargartham. Vargartham, varga in Sanskrit means class, classification, class or classification. Vargartham means classification. What is this classification? Classification of good and bad, evil and good, like and dislike, that classification. Apavargartham means no classification. That's all. Apa is the antonym of Vargartham. So now we'll go back to the beginning of the statement. Having understood Apavargartham Drishyam, having understood that, let's go to the front. Prakasha Kriya Sthiti. So we'll see that. Prakasha means luminous, very bright. We know that. Many people have this name as Prakash, Prakasam, all that. It means luminous. Kriya, we know that. We have seen enough of Kriya. Active, right? Or energetic. All that is Kriya. Sthiti means stable state. Stable state meaning in an established state. In other words, inert, not moving. So these three, Prakasha, Kriya, Sthiti, is actually equated to Prakasha is Sattva Guna, Kriya, because it is energetic and active and it is jumping around, it is the Rajo Guna or Rajas. Sthiti, because it is stable state and doesn't and kind of inert, it is the Tamo Guna or Tamas. This is how it is matched. Sheelam means nature or behavior. So let us see what is he talking about, what behavior he is talking about. Prakasha Kriya Sthiti Sheelam is the luminous, energetic and inert nature or inert behavior of what? Bhuta, of gross matter, Indriya, sense faculties, Atmakam, within the innermost of our core, Atmakam. So putting all the three words together, Bhuta, Indriya, Atmakam, is in one's innermost of the body and sense faculties. That's what it means. In one's innermost of the body and sense faculties. Bhoga, we are already seen this. Bhoga, we had seen in one of the sutras, where we said, Sati Mule Tad Vipako Ayu. Anybody who remembers this? Jati Ayu Bhogaha, we said. Sati Mule Tad Vipako Jati Ayu Bhogaha. We said that. Meaning, Sati Mule means at the end, at the destruction of a lifetime, at the end of a lifetime. Tad Vipako. Here he says that fruitions. What fruitions? The karma fruitions. Because in the earlier sutra he talks about karma. That fruitions. And that decides in your next birth, Jati Ayu Bhogaha. What kind of race, Jati, where you will be born, all that. Jati, Ayu, longevity, and Bhogaha, what kind of experiences you will have. All that is decided by the fruitioning of the karma. That's what he said. Bhogaha. Bhogaha is that experience. So, Bhoga Apavargartham. To be experienced, because Bhoga means experience, to be experienced for the purpose of liberation. Bhoga Apavargartham. Drishyam is sight and what is to be seen, all that we have seen already. So, in effect, what he's saying is, what is seen, what we are seeing is of luminous, energetic, and inert nature within the innermost of matter inside us and sense faculties to be experienced for the purpose of liberation. Okay, what is he really saying here? So here he says luminous, energetic, inert are said to imply sattva, rajas, and tamogunas in all translations. I mean, that's what it means. We already spoke about that. So, where did he go? So this is what he's saying here. Very clearly he's saying what these gunas, the flow of gunas, that's what it happens because it is from the deepest of the matter inside us. The gunas are flowing in all these things. And and it is also because the mind is there, it is classifying things as good, nice, bad, all that. Bhoga apavargatam, unless we overcome that, unless we overcome this classification, in that overcoming of that classification, we will be able to experience the purpose of liberation and the sense faculties within the innermost matter and sense faculties to be experienced for the purpose of liberation. That's what he's saying. This line specifically notes how impurities burn out by experiencing their impact in the world as pure observers. Meaning, instead of being reactive, this is, see, when you react, you are not letting the gunas flow through you. When we react, that's what we do. We are not letting things happen on their own. So let it happen on its own. And in doing that, whatever karma has come to you and whatever experience are coming to you, you are burning out that experience. That is why we are here. The prarabdha karma, the fruitioning of the karma caused the prarabdha karma. The prarabdha karma is the one with which we have come. And we have come here to experience the prarabdha karma, starting from the day we are born till the time we take our last breath. All that is driven by that prarabdha karma. In whatever sequence it has to flow, it flows. And when as part of that, there are instances of great difficulties, miseries, etc. And that's when we get very upset. We want to escape from it. We complain. If only we let that flow through us. Why we are obstructing it? Why we are fighting against it? Because of that apavarga, because of that vargartham. Because we are classifying that experience as difficult experience. This is pleasant experience. I am willing to take the pleasant experience, and there also we will go overboard and collect punya karma. And when difficult experience come also, we cannot accept it, and we will complain and react in a difficult way. And those reactions, the sorrowful, the miserable reactions, is the one which cause the apunya to collect, the apunya karma to collect. So he's saying, let this all flow through us. That's what he's saying. Easily said than done. Let's see. Any questions here?
Yes, Kumarji.
Yes.
Can you please give us an example of how the gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas gunas will flow through if we don't react? Like an example for a situation, two situation, good and bad, and how to correlate that with the gunas as in all this mentioned, sattva, rajas, and tamas.
So let us say you open the door and you see a person, and immediately you get that anger rises. Okay. So let that become aware of that anger. That's what the video that Usha posted. That particular things, whatever scientifically they have found out, it exists only for about 90 seconds. If you let it flow, it will flow for 90 seconds and then it will end. But in not letting it flow fully and reacting to it, we can keep it active for half an hour, 1 hour, 5 hours, 10 hours, days together. That's what it is.
During that flow of 90 seconds, when we became aware, it's very rare that we become aware at that moment when we are having that. But if at all, if we become aware, should we focus on our breathing? What is the tips for that 90 seconds?
Focus on that guna.
Guna
Focus
itself.
on that
Okay.
feeling.
Okay.
Yes. Let it. That is that awareness, right? Feeling that anger is rising, or lust is rising, or jealousy is rising.
Okay.
Be fully aware of that. That's all.
Okay.
Okay. Any other question? Okay. So next sutra. (219) Vishesha Avishesha Linga Matra Alingani Guna Parvani. Vishesha Avishesha, antonym of Vishesha. Linga Matra Alingani, again, Alingani is, Alinga is the antonym of Linga. Lingani, Alingani, Guna Parvani. So let us see. This is a difficult sutra that's to understand. So we will spend enough time here. Okay. So he has already put it here. This is a difficult statement to understand. So no problem. We'll see that. Vishesha. We have seen Vishesha many times. Vishesha is specific. Avishesha is non-specific. Linga Matra. Nominal or indicative only. Matra is only. In this context, Matra is only. In some context, it also will mean measure. Alingani, without any indicative characteristics. So because Linga Matra is with indicative characteristic, Alingani is without any indicative characteristic. Alinga, actually Alingani is plural of all that put together, of all the other three in front, all four put together. Guna, the three gunas or natures noted earlier, the three gunas we already just saw. Parvani is spread, segmentation, stages, division, whichever name, whichever meaning fits best. So Guna Parvani is the spread of the gunas. So in effect, they're saying the spread or the division, the spread of the gunas are specific. So he is classifying the gunas in four parts. The gunas are specific, non-specific, nominal, and without characteristics. The spread of the gunas, the gunas are three types. How these gunas spread, how they propagate inside us. So he says it propagates in four different ways. One is specific, second is non-specific, third is nominal or defined, and the fourth one is without characteristics or undefined. So we'll see what they are. So Dr. Rajan is quoting Vyasa's explanation from Vyasa's Bhashya. He is quoting. He says, Vyasa's explanation provides the required clarity. He defines the specific as 5 elements. So that is what he says here, Bhuta Indriya, correct? Earlier, in the earlier sutra, he said Bhuta Indriya, correct? Bhuta Indriya Anatmakam, he said, Atmakam. Bhuta Indriya Atmakam, he said. So, Bhuta, the 5 elements of nature, space, air, fire, water, earth, and the 5 attributes connected to this: sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. And then the 11 sensory organs. And we know, and the 10 sensory organs we know, right? The 5 indriyas and the 5 karmendriyas. What are the 5 sensory or 5 indriyas? Perception, organs of perception, correct? Hearing of the ear, hearing of ear, feel of skin, sight of eyes, taste of the tongue, smell of nose. Okay, the 5. And the 5 sensory organs of action: speech, hands, feet, procreation, and excretion. So these are the indriya part. 5 jnanendriyas and 5 karmendriyas. And the 11th one, the mind. The 11th is the mind. So we have totally, if you count, it is 5 elements and 5 attributes, 10, and then 11 of this, so totally 21. There are 21 elements. So this 21 defines the specific classification of gunas. So through these 21, we experience the specific nature of the gunas when they flow through us, when it flows through us. So as long as we are fully focused only on the physical body and all the physical things, we will be in this area. Then the next one, non-specific, he says, the self-sense or asmita is referred as the non-specific, which enables the perception of the specific. That is, the self-sense asmita, only through that we will be able to even sense the specific gunas. That is why this self-sense is needed. Otherwise, we won't be able to sense anything. That is why asmita is needed. We spoke about asmita in somewhere earlier into Sutra 5 or 4, where we said, actually, Sutra number 3, where we said, avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abniveshaha, klesha. That's what we said. We stated 5 impurities, and asmita we stated as an impurity, and we had some discussion there. So without asmita, you cannot experience any of these things, and we have come here to experience all this, right? So that's why we need asmita. But asmita, because of asmita, we also have difficulties in life, because various things we sense. So the self-sense is the non-specific aspect, which enables the perception of the specific. So these two, and then the nominal aspect of the gunas, that is linga matra. The nominal aspect of the gunas is the understanding that ultimately what they indicate is what matters. What is flowing through us is what it matters, the likes and dislikes, whatever. So that is the nominal aspect of the gunas. And finally, understanding that there is no characteristic at all. That is, it is not a bad, it is not misery. It is not a great experience of joy. It is just an experience. Coming to that understanding. And finally, understanding that there is no characteristic at all. That's why we call Ishvara as Triguna Tita. He is beyond those 3 gunas. And finally, understanding that there is no characteristic at all when one becomes the pure observer. When you become a pure observer, you only let the experiences flow through you. You just observe the experiences. You are not reacting to those experiences. This is the question Ashwini asked. What do I do? And scientifically, they are saying it lasts only 90 seconds, whether it lasts 90 seconds or 120 seconds or less. The thing is, it is there for a very short duration. It's a short burst. And being aware of that short burst is what is important. When you're fully aware of that short burst, it will end there. That experience will be there and it will end. Any questions here? There is some more description. I want to first clear this before we go to a little bit more description on this. If there are no questions, I'll move on to a little bit elaborate description. Maybe once we read the elaborate description, you will have more questions. Let us see.
So this basically says that we will also burn it, correct? That
Yeah.
gunas we will burn. Yeah.
Yeah. By not being reactive, and being aware of what is flowing through you, you let it discharge. That's what it means. Burning is actually discharge, right? Okay, let's see what he says. The gunas are three in nature, all that we know. The flow of gunas can be understood in one of four ways. It is based on one's chitta related to the cause. Okay, all that is fine. Okay, this is what I wanted. External and specific related to the five elements, their properties, smell, taste. This is what we saw. All the 21 things. And the mind that classifies the experience from these 20 elemental and sensory variables. So the mind, the last one, the mind, is taking all these 20 elemental things and classifying them as good, bad, nice, not so nice, beautiful, ugly. That's what it does. And he says, and this is where normal people are, one who reacts to everything. This is where we are. We react to everything. Good, bad, everything we react. Because those 90 seconds, that critical 90 seconds, we are not aware. Please watch that video that Usha posted yesterday, I think. It's not a very long video, maybe about 20 minutes. But please watch it. It probably gives a picturesque, a pictorial understanding of all that we are discussing here. Of all that we are discussing here. I don't know if that person picked it up from Patanjali Yoga Sutta. It seems like that to me. He is using most of the terms, not Sanskritam terms, at least the English terms is using. Very interesting. Please watch it. It will give you an idea as to how to handle them. So the first one, the specific Vishesha, is all this. The 20 elements, and the 21st is the mind, which is classifying them. This is where we are, because we react to everything. Subtle and non-specific, when the experience is not related to the sensory organs. So in Asmita, we not only use Asmita to sense all this that are from outside, but Asmita is also used for sensing that which comes from above, right? The intuitions, etc. How do we sense? It is because of Asmita. That's what he's saying. Subtle and non-specific, when the experience is not related to the sensory organs. So the intuition is not from the sensory organs. Correct? It is not from the sensory organs, but perceptions that are coming from beyond. So with some purification of the chitta, which is what we are going through in the last 3-4 months. So some purification has happened to many of us, and I can see that in some of the participants. Participants have fallen quiet. With some purification of the chitta, one becomes aware of this. Here, one has psychic perception of intent of an experience. Whether we have it or not, it doesn't matter. So one will have different kinds of intuitions. which will make the understanding deeper. So these kinds of things are happening. So this is the non-specific or avishesha classification of avishesha, description of avishesha. Nominal or indicative awareness of the experience with only spiritual sense. In other words, such awareness is related to one performing one's dharma. You're performing, you're completely dharmic. You perform all your actions are dharmic actions. One does not worry about intent behind any experience. The experience comes, it comes. You just take it. You don't see why it has come. A misery has come. A difficult situation has come. I just accept it. I say, okay, this is part of karma. It is coming, and I go along with it. I don't question it. We are not questioning the intent behind that experience. Why this person abused me? Why this person spoke ill against me? Why this person has stolen my money? Those things we don't ask.
So there is a reaction, right? Reacting to that thing.
Yeah, reaction is all that. Yes,
Yeah.
correct. But is only focused on one's dharma relative to the experience. The experience has come, related to my dharma, I do whatever I need to do. This is the third kind, linga matrani. Linga matra, sorry, not matrani, linga matra, indicative. And then the fourth one, observing no characteristics in an experience, is the state where one does not react. In the third one, we experience the characteristics. We say, oh, this is a difficult situation. I say that. But then I accept it as part of dharma. In the fourth one, even that, oh, it has come. This is an experience. Somebody is yelling at me, it's an experience. Somebody is saying sweet things, it's an experience. So observing no characteristics in an experience, the state where one does not react, and dharma does not require one to do anything related to that experience.
That is sthit pragna, right?
Hmm?
Sthit pragna means is yeah, sthit pragna.
Okay. I have not heard that term, chit pragya.
Sthiti
Yeah.
pragna. Sthiti
Yeah.
pragna.
Yeah.
Oh, sthiti pragya.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. That is the pragya from oscillating has become stable.
Yeah.
It is no longer oscillating.
Sthit pragna means you don't. Sthit pragna
I
means
understood.
don't understand. I mean, don't react anything. It's bad. Same position. Thing.
Correct. Sthiti pragya.
Yeah.
Sthiti pragya. Actually, yeah, I've heard this word. They normally will call the person as sthita pragya. The person who has come to this stage, they would call the person as sthita pragya, where it has come to a stable state. Calm, always calm. So this always calm does not mean should always be calm. Meaning, sometimes even a person who is evolved has to react to certain things. Sometimes, he has to yell. But that will happen, once in a blue moon. It won't happen every day or every week. No, it will happen very, 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 very rarely. Because the cosmic flow, the dharma demands that, so he will yell. So we are not there yet, so let's not worry about that. So let us see what. Thus, one becomes a pure observer in stages as one chitta is purified. Thus, no new karmas are formed, and one goes towards the path of liberation from rebirth. In other words, the gunas only reflect the underlying impurities in the chitta. even though they appear to function differently in different domains. So if Yogeshwaran is getting angry with a very small trigger and starts yelling at his mother, then Yogeshwaran has to understand from this, it is coming from the kleshas, underlying impurities in the chitta. Unless he cleans out this chitta and cleans out all the klesha, there is no Advaita. Advaita is all pseudo. It's all false. Reading Advaita, they'll say, in Tamil they'll say, Padikkaradu Ramayana, Idikkaradu Perumal Kovil, they'll say. That is, you read Ramayana and then you go and destroy Vishnu temple. So you cannot say I am Advaitin without clearing out all these things. You can say I am a student of Advaita, and that's okay. A student of Advaita is allowed to be angry, be jealous, be all these good and bad quality, all those things can be there. But his chitta must be fully cleared out before he says, I am an Advaitin. Because before he says that. So this is the explanation. So any questions here? Any questions in the sutra? Or everyone has understood? Vishesha, Avishesha, Linga Matra, Alingani, Guna Parvani. That's the sutra that we are talking about. Clear? Okay, let's move on to the next one. Drashta Trishi Matraha Shuddha Api Pratyaya Anupashyaha Drashta Drishi Matraha Shuddha Api Pratyaya Anupashyaha. So we'll see what this is. Drashta. Again, I said, anytime when we see this drish or drash, we must know that it is connected to something to do with seeing, sight, and all that. So drashta is the seer or experiencer, or the person who is observing, the observer, or the watching bird, or the person who sees. Drishi matraha is only the instrument of seeing. Drishi matraha is matra, we saw earlier, it has got another meaning called only. So here that's what is being used. Drishi matraha is only the instrument of seeing. Shuddhaha, pure. Api, also indeed, all that. Pratyaya is conviction. Anupashyaha is one who sees. Pashya actually means see. Anupashyaha is using as one who sees. So in summary, the person who sees, who is that? That's me or you. Indeed, with pure conviction is only an instrument of seeing. With pure conviction, I am only an instrument of seeing, nothing more, nothing less. So the what is hidden here is with pure conviction. What is that pure conviction? That filter that we talked about, right? When that filter is gone, the person who sees, indeed, when with pure conviction, without that filter, is only an instrument of seeing. He'll only see. And his experience is absolute because there is nothing preventing him from having the full experience. Any question here? This fairly simple sutra to understand. We'll move on to the next one. Beautifully, he has developed it and now he's giving the punchline. Let's see what Patanjali is saying. Tad artha eva drishyasya atma. Tad artha eva drishyasya atma. So beautifully he comes and ends this section. Tad artha is its meaning. Tad its meaning. Which meaning? Meaning of the previous sutra. What is he saying there? In the previous sutra, he said this: the person who sees. So, of that sutra, the meaning of that sutra he is saying. So, he's saying its meaning, the root meaning of what I have said in the earlier sutra. Eva, only, indeed, alone. Drishyasya, of seeing of the sight. Atma, the innermost, the core. Atma is the innermost, the core. We know that. So, in summary, he said that indeed is the core purpose of sight. That is, when I see, I must get that full experience of what I'm seeing. That he says is the true purpose of seeing. When I am at that state, so that's what the note here says. Implication is when I'm at that state, which means there is no filtering, there is no kleshas that is preventing me from having the full experience. That means who is really seeing this? I have become a true observer, right? When I am a true observer, who is the true observer in me? My conscience is the true observer. Only that conscience can be, only the conscience is the true observer. And that's why the conscience looks at the speed limit board, and it says every time when you cross the speed limit, oh, it's 45 speed limit, you're at 46. It says that. True seer. And the true seer is that Purusha, that conscience. That's what he says. The real seer is the Purusha within. Tad artha eva drishyasya atma. So we are at the 8 o'clock hour. Perfect. Today we have covered what I wanted to cover. Any questions? So 18 through 21 is learning to dissociate with system activity caused by inherent impurities, makes one a pure observer on the path to liberation. That's what he says. So basically saying that we are going to learn to dissociate ourselves from all these inherent impurities, the kleshas. How are we going to do that? We will see from Sutra 18 through 21 next week. I mean, we have already seen 18 to 21, sorry. And following that, in 20 to 26, we are going to see how we are going to overcoming common perceptions of doership to attain freedom from birth. Okay. 22 to 26, we are going to see the common perceptions of doership. Doership is that abhinivesha. I am the doer. I have the control. You're going to see that.
Hey, Kumarji.
Yes.
Do we are Karmendriya and Jnanendriya? So perception is which Indriya? Perception. We see at all perception. Which Indriya is perception?
India's perception is physical perception. So there's a physical perception, there is a mental perception.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So what is the name of that Indriya? So
There is no
Gnanendriya.
Indriya for that. That's what I'm saying. The Asmita brings that perception inside. Asmita from our intuitions brings that perception. As long as kleshas are there, that perception will be stopped. We cannot get those intuitions in. And all our perceptions are all based on the mind. Whatever the mind says, that will be our perception.
Okay, so mind is a Indriya. Perception is a mind. Mind is mind Indriya, right? That's what is.
I would rather, instead of saying mind, I would rather say chitta.
Chitta. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kumar, I have one
Yeah.
say argument. Okay.
Mm.
The life starts with, let's say, plants at the lowest end,
Yeah.
then animals, and then human, right? And at a plant level, we say that the conscience is not there, and slowly it develops. Even in animal is not there, only the basic qualities are there. Defend or fight and eat and procreation, etc. Then when you become human, you get conscience, and you also then develop all this understanding of guna and everything. So you get to a level of all these practices and get to the super conscience. Then you are saying suppress or moderate all your gunas, observe, where you become like a plant, and then you
No,
get connected.
not suppress. Not suppress. We didn't say
Okay,
suppress.
moderate, whatever way.
Yeah, we are only saying, I mean, here in the last sutras, we are saying, let them flow through you. Be an
No,
observer.
I know. Understand. What
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Yes.
then you are almost like a plant,
Why?
right? Like a plant, life of a plant, you know? You are more or less similar. And then at that point, Ishvara is connected. So why plant cannot connect directly? Because it does not have any of these problems, right?
Who said plant cannot collect?
Okay. That's a fundamental question.
Yeah. So in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, when we started, we said animate and inanimate. We only had two classifications, correct?
Yeah.
Living and non-living things. We classified it because we said in living things, the living thing, before I go to that, both living and non-living things, animate and inanimate, in both aspects, there is something called chitta in both. In both. Chitta is there in both. What is not there in non-living things is the chetana. In non-living things, there is no chetana. How do we understand this with respect to a plant? The chetana part. And we have done this experiment, or at least studied about this experiment, maybe in the 5th grade or 6th grade, whatever. So this will be one lesson in science where we say you put a bean seed and you make two pots, and one pot you keep it in sunshine, the other pot you kind of keep it away from sunshine, and then this bean plant will bend towards the sunshine, right? That is the Chetana part, that artificial intelligence to take action depending on what is available. So in our case, or animals or whatever, in the higher evolution. So we are on the street, we are talking to somebody, and then we suddenly hear a car coming close, we take evasive action, right? We quickly take evasive action based on the sound or the sight of the car, whatever. Push our friend and push ourselves also to the side. At that time, we are not making any logical analysis or anything like that. So that is the Chetana part. That is the artificial intelligence part. I mean, since we are talking about artificial intelligence and humans are developing artificial intelligence, obviously, humans' artificial intelligence is the highest as of now. When we say humans' artificial intelligence is the highest, where has it come from? Obviously from above. And we are only tasting a very tiny part of that.
Is a part of Ishvara.
That is why, yes, that is why that artificial intelligence, although it's not connected that way, when that purity sets in and based on, the samskaras and vasanas and whatnot, and the abhyasas that we are going to do as part of Ashtanga Yoga, siddhis will come. To me, the siddhis are also kind of artificial intelligence. To me, it's not explained that way. What is it? You will be able to fly. You will be able to levitate.
Yes.
You will be able to walk on water. They have now come up with walking shoes with which you can walk on water. That is the latest. Somewhere I saw. Somebody forwarded it to me. You can walk on water. Now everybody can walk on water. You have to wear those shoes and you can walk on water. Right? So we have already seen these inventions where you have this single-seater small cars which can fly. Right? So forgetting all that. These are special abilities where one can fly on their own. You don't need any gadget.
Yeah, I mean that's what happened, Kumarji. When I was a child or something, 8, 9 years old, always I feel I'm flying by myself. I don't know why. I'm flying and seeing everywhere. That time.
Who is flying? You.
Yeah, me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In your swapna or real?
No, I'm just when I mean close my eyes and I'm flying. I'm flying.
Oh.
I don't know.
So having an out of body experience.
Yeah.
These kinds of things. For example, another one. Many such things. This Puttapurti Sai Baba. He would be able to suddenly he'll bring a vigraha. Metallic or whatever it's made of. He'll suddenly bring one statue, small statue from nowhere.
Like
And
magic.
he always used to wear full sleeves. So people used to tell me, that he has hidden all those things and the sleight of hand is bringing it from there. But that's not true. He had that gift.
He's a magician.
It is not that he's bringing it from nowhere. No. He's really bringing it from somewhere. Where? From air. From Vayu.
Yeah.
It's energy. From that energy, he has the siddhi. He has the special ability from that air, he is able to bring a vigraha. From that air, today there is a hydrogen train, right? If we can accept that, why not this? It's only the mind thing so there are many things that we can talk about. I don't know. I mean, this is probably to explain what question Mohan was asking. So these special abilities, to me, inside me, I feel those are all AI, artificial intelligence. When there is enough purity and connectivity, these things happen. And we are not doing any of these things. Trying to understand Patanjali Yoga Sutra, we are not trying to get siddhis. We are not doing this to get siddhis. No, that's not the intent. That's not the intent of Patanjali Muni also. Why he has included siddhis as part of this teaching is one might get it on their own in this path, and they should not get distracted by it, because that is not the end. It is on the way. We have a longer journey to go. What is our end point? Kaivalya. What is our end point, Yogeshwaran? Is he here?
Yeah, I'm here.
What is our end point?
Mukti.
Nirvana.
Mukti.
Nirvana.
Moksha.
Mukti.
Moksha. Nirvana.
So Advaitik Mukti. Advaitik Mukti is called Kaivalyam.
Oh.
Kumarji,
Yes.
Mohan sir asked, I think he asked something different. He compared the humans with the plants.
And he said, pardon, finally you have become a plant. So I'm giving all this explanation to tell him we have not become a plant. We have evolved because we are getting siddhis and things like that. We may get siddhis. Even if we don't get siddhis, our artificial intelligence, actually there is a sutra where we saw that too. We said, Tataha pratyak chetana adigamaha. We saw this sutra, sutra 19 or 18 or 19, somewhere there. Tataha pratyak chetana adigamaha. I've forgotten the last three words. So he said he says that Chetana, by connecting with the divine, it's probably 28, 29 Sutra, 29, I think, Sutra 29, not 19, 29. So he says by Ishvara, by bhakti by surrender, that's how he starts, right? Ishvara pranidhanatva. If we can, if karma yoga is not our cup of tea, then let us surrender to the divine. And then he defines who the divine is. And if we go through all that, and some 7 or 8 sutras he has given, and after going through all that, he says the final step. What happens because of doing all this? Pratyak chetana, tatahat pratyak chetana adigamaha comes very fast.
It is apyatarasya. It is pratya chetana adigama apyanta syabhyascha.
Abhava.
Yes. All the antaraya abhavahacha. Correct? Antaraya abhavahacha. That is obstacles that are there, those are also removed. Abhavahat means gone. Antaraya abhavahacha. Pratyak chetana adigamaha. That lustrous, luminous pratya, this chetana, artificial intelligence, whatever we have not touched, that comes forward, that flowers, that blooms. That's what he says. So we have become a beautiful, better plant. Yeah, fruit-bearing plant all the time, no complaint. People can come and pluck from us anything they want. We'll say, okay.
The plant has a chetana, but I mean, if we don't perceive it, they have a chetana. We say we do it,
Yeah.
but yeah,
This Chetana is of the very high order.
yeah, but we don't
Very
perceive.
high order. So why I brought that Siddhi is that Siddhi is also a kind of an artificial intelligence because it is beyond. It's called special abilities. I'm calling this as artificial intelligence. If Siddhis like this, which are known, like what I said, there are so many Siddhis. Lord Hanuman had 8 Ashta Siddhis. He had 8 Siddhis.
Yeah. Navnidhi Siddhi.
Yes. So don't get carried away by the Siddhis. That's the teaching that Patanjali Muni is saying. If it comes, enjoy it. Be grateful to the divine. It has come to you for a specific purpose. Just be with it. Don't go overboard and start advertising and start making money out of that.
If you use the
And that,
abuse,
yeah,
you abuse the Siddhi, then Siddhi will gone. Sometimes
we don't know. We don't know.
people say, yeah.
We don't know. We don't know. May or may not go, or it may come as a different type of karma in the next birth. Who knows?
Because Dr. Rajan is a Siddhi. I mean, I talked, he say a Siddhi that he closes his eyes and when he asks question, he just close his eyes and get something, their answers. That kind of Siddhi he has.
Yes. So, I don't know if I answered Mohan's question. We are coming to a stage of very high understanding. That doesn't mean we become a plant.
No. My question was, will it be easier for a plant to connect to Ishvara than
Plant,
because we
that's what I'm
seem to
saying.
be
Plant is obviously already connected to Ishvara.
Okay.
All things in nature are connected. Okay. All things in nature are connected except human beings. Except human beings. What a pity. And then he says, I am the boss of this universe. So actually we had that connectivity. Sorry, let me finish this. We had this connectivity until about the age of 7 or so, almost all of us. And then slowly by the age of 7, it's gone. And then we have to struggle to get back this connectivity. As far as I know, there are a few people who got that connectivity before the age of 7. One is, I think, Trinyana Sambandha. He was only 2.5 or 3 years old when he had that connectivity back. And then but again, whether it was full connectivity, I don't know. See, the samadhi we have seen, various stages of samadhi. So we don't know. So same thing is with Adi Shankara, because he also took on monkhood by the age of 7 or so. So he might have also had that connectivity. But that full connectivity to him came only around the age of 30 or so. So that is why his works after the age of 30, between 30 and 32 is of the highest order.
But he lived a very short life. At age of 32, he just passed away. I mean, he just took samadhi. You send
raising their hand.
You send a long back his whole article of Sankaracharya, no? I read the whole thing.
Yeah, Kumar, I got it. Whatever you said. Yes, thanks.
Good.
Tammy has some questions.
Huh?
Tammy has raised hand.
Who?
Tammy.
Who is raising their hand?
Tammy,
Tammy,
I saw Tammy's hand.
Go ahead, Tammy.
Hi everyone. Good morning. Boy, it's really clear in these few sutras how important it is to be an observer for people that are always so interested in discovering cities and learning about them. It's funny how being an observer to life trains us to be an observer even of cities, right? How would we even know when they came? And I wanted to share a city story from when I was in Dr. Rajan's class, like in 2021 maybe. He was teaching the sutra class, and there was this woman in it, and she was talking about her father, who was I don't know if you call them priests, but the temple, he worked at the temple, and he would go around the hospital and visit his parishioners, and as they were at the end of life. And she told us how he would go and he could make like jewelry, like whatever the parishioner was asking, like in their like dying, like happy place where they were, and like, oh, there's this one thing that I just wish I could have, or whatever, or I lost it, things like that, or I could remember with it. And he would like literally call material items to him that were precious items, and then he would like put them back. And that there was many times that this was observed, and that was Dr. Rajan like did his thing, like Suresh said, where he like validated that it was legit. So that was kind of cool. And the other thing I wanted to say was about the plants. The rice, there's like this rice project or the plant thing where, okay, in America, it would be light, and besides light and dark, we got to yell at it and have anger. So they would have one plant where they would yell at the plant, the whole class, and that the other plant would give it love. And the same with the rice and the water. That was, the other thing I wanted to say. Thank you.
So the plant where you yell, it dies, or what does it do? Does it come back with a stick?
It curses you. It gets black and it just wilts, and there's no life. And it's to show how we talk to each other, right?
Actually, plants listen to us, I suppose. There was like one pot that almost like, withered away, and then there was barely one stem. And I put it in the corner and I said, you can do it, and then you can grow and all that. To my surprise, like, it was like there was no hope for this plant, and it started blooming. And the other day I was like, went and spoke to this another plant, which was like from 3 years was not growing. And then I scolded it, like, hey, what's wrong with you? I compare it with the other house, which was like an year old, and why are you not growing? Guess what? In few months, it started growing like crazy.
They have sense. We don't know, but they
That
have
is
sense.
Reiki.
Actually,
That is a Reiki.
Oh, really? Okay, I did not
Yeah.
know. I was like,
It is Reiki.
it's.
You think of something and it happens. It's like a not by touch, nothing. It's just like, what you think, it happens.
I have
So
experienced.
actually, I would say plants have more siddhis maybe because they are immobile, right? We act, we can run, we can, if something, if some danger comes to us, we can run. But plants, like, they protect themselves in some way. I don't know. I think they have more siddhis. Like,
Yeah,
touch me
yeah,
not
true.
plant. When we touch it, it just
Yeah.
closes. So maybe.
Yes, they have power. We don't know. There are some trees. They are human flesh-eating trees. If you go to forest
Yes.
and they run around and suck your blood, there are
Yes.
those kind of trees are there too.
see this touch me not. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Normally say.
Yes.
So I mean, it's a characteristic of that plant. The moment you touch, it closes. So if you look at it, if you observe that, it is a preventive mechanism. It's actually a security mechanism, Ashwin.
Yes.
It's a security where any animal, before it even tries to eat, it will probably put its foot or something, and immediately the entire area close to it will close. So the animal thinks, for the animal, the leaves have to be nice and spread out, like a cow, if you take. any herbivore. Otherwise, it thinks this is not good leaf to eat. It is dried or whatever. So it will move away to the another area. So it's a kind of a protection, survival protection.
Yes.
So it's a survivalist. That aspect, one can see it as a beautiful thing, as long as we are only seeing the aspect of it closing and opening. But from the perspective of the plant, it is protecting its life.
Yeah, that's true.
And I had one last comment to make actually. Karma yoga and bhakti yoga, you were saying that if you cannot do karma yoga and then you can go to bhakti yoga. I feel out of all the yogas that is there, bhakti yoga is the most difficult because that arena is not well defined, in the sense, not well defined. It's like you have to experience only then, like, it will get you, unlike other karmas, other yogas actually. So I'm feeling like, bhakti yoga is the most hardest to achieve, I feel.
No, I don't know where I might have misstated. The sequence in which Patanjali Muni has stated in the first chapter is what I was pointing at.
Okay.
And he is also not pointing it out in terms of any kind of priority, So he's just saying, these things are available. Oh, you are not able to do karma yoga? Now try this. I'm giving you bhakti yoga. If this won't work for you, now I will give you dhyana yoga. Try that. And if dhyana yoga, now we are saying, oh, I cannot focus. That's what it starts with. And then he says, oh, you cannot focus. The reason for you not being able to focus is all this. Why? Vyadhisthana, samshaya, pramada, alasya avirati, भ्रांति दर्शन अलब्ध भूमिकत्व अनवस्थि तत्वानि चित्त विक्षेपस्तेः antarayaha. That's what he says. So you have all these various conditions, and then he follows. This alone is not enough. This, not just this. Then he says, dukkha daurmanasya angame jayatva. All your fingers and legs are all jittery. Angame jayatva. Swasa prashwasa. The not very clean breathing and exhalation is also part of chitta. Chitta sahabhoha. That's how he ends. So all these are also part of this. So these two sutras together say our condition. And that's why he says you cannot focus. That's why he says you cannot have bhakti. That's why he says you are not able to karma yoga. And so he says, since you are not able to do any of the three, now understand that because of all these conditions in us is why we are not able to do this. So from there, starting from there, that is starting from, I think, 30th Sutra. 30th Sutra is this. Vyadhisthana is talking about various diseases, about the conditions. Starting from 30th Sutra till the end of 4th chapter, not 4th chapter, at least till the end of the 3rd chapter, is telling us all the various things that we have to do to get to Kaivalya.
So I cannot resist telling another joke. So somebody asked Swamiji, I've read all the books, still I'm not getting it. He said, try, there are so many methods, other methods. He said, I tried everything, still not getting it. He said, then you need to practice for years. He said, sir, 40 years I practiced, still I'm not getting. He said, maybe you should try next life.
Okay, Kumarji, namaste. Thank you, everybody. See you next Saturday.
Namaste. So you're becoming an expert on Swami jokes. Huh?
I just want to tell what is Appavarga. One Mahatma said Appavarga. Pavarga is like in Sanskrit, you know, say Kavarga, the Chavarga, the Pa, Pa, Ba, Bha, Ma. It is Pavarga. The Apparga means that, which is not Appavarga. So Shiva's one of the name is Apparvaga Sthita Ayanama. The power means Pa means Papa Punya Rahita, means you don't have any Papa or Punya. Pa is Phala Rahita, means you don't care about any results. Ba is Bandhana Rahita, you are not bandhan by any bandhan. And Pa, Bha, Bhranti, you don't have any
Imagination.
you don't think anything is like we have Jana Bhranti means that we are
Bhranti is actually
what is not there and
oscillating.
think that is there like that. That is Bhranti. And then Ma is Moharita. Beautiful definition I heard from one of the Mahatma, Appavarga.
Very nice.
Namaskar, I have to go.
Okay, thank you. You already told me. You're already probably a few minutes late. Get
Yep.
going.
Thank you. Yeah. Bye.
Any other questions? No questions. Everybody has understood everything. So I wanted to speak on that one poll, I think. Yes. The poll on what was that? The poll on
Ishvara or only Ishvara, that one?
yes. So most of you, I think, have said only one.
I would like to have my opinion.
How many unmanifest divines are there? That's the question. And I gave 4 options: one per religion, only one, only Ishvara, and then the 4th options I don't know. So I don't know. Nobody said that. One per religion also nobody picked that up. I expected people to pick one per religion. I expected, but I didn't. Only one had 13 and only Ishvara had 4. So I did ask for explanation of people who said only Ishvara. So the although I would say the answer is only one. Ekam, only one. Many have said, a few have said only Ishvara based on their understanding that this should be Patanjali Yoga Sutra related, and then they said, oh, it's Ishvara. One person I think did that. And so only Ishvara, saying only Ishvara means that, it's from a Hindu perspective. That's what I think it is. If you say that only Ishvara, you are seeing it only from the Hindu perspective. Even that also is only part of it. There are Vaishnavites who think Vishnu is at the top. Right? For them, the unmanifest divine is Vishnu. Manifest and unmanifest, everything is Vishnu.
Calcium చాలా important. Calcium voice system calcium tablet చేసుకోమంటారు.
Can you mute your thing, Madhavi? Please, thank you. So among the Hindus, some will say only Shakti is the unmanifest divine. Some will say Ishvara will unmanifest divine. Some will say Vishnu is the unmanifest divine. So we have as far as Patanjali Yoga Sutras is concerned, he is saying Ishvara at the top. That's unmanifest. That's why an unmanifest divine is a better definition. But since we are discussing in Patanjali Yoga Sutra class, we will follow Patanjali's definition of Ishvara, Sattva Purusha and all that. But in any case, the question I asked was in general in nature. So Only one. It is called by different names, that's all. The Father in heaven, the Christians would call. Yahweh, the Jews will call. The Hindus will call it by multiple names. Ishvara, Vishnu, whatever they want to call, they will call by multiple names. So each religion would call it by a different name. So Allah, for that matter, the Islamists would call. So only one seems to fit the bill better than saying only Ishvara. But only Ishvara, if you have said because it is Patanjali Yoga Sutras, and I have to say something based on Patanjali Yoga Sutra, it's okay. As long as you understand what it is, that's what is important. These trick questions I ask so that everything crystallizes. The understanding crystallizes.
Kumar,
Yes.
I thought like way back in the beginning, like a couple of years ago when you started this, that you used to call it the ultimate divine, didn't you?
I used to call it unmanifest divine, correct?
It was always unmanifest, not ultimate divine?
Huh? Come again?
Ultimate, the word ultimate.
Ultimate. The word ultimate?
Did you used to call ultimate divine, I thought?
I don't think I used the word ultimate divine. I always used unmanifest divine.
And in my question, right, when I did the survey,
Uh-huh.
you're like, why did you pick I don't know? And my purpose of that was we are in our class and we're talking about unmanifest everywhere as potential, right? So my confusion at that time and that experience was of seeing all potential as unmanifest divine. And yeah, so I guess that's where.
I mean, ultimate divine also probably fits the bill.
I thought you used to say that.
Right? Unmanifest divine, ultimate divine. Whatever you call.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Unmanifest divine makes more sense because by definition it says that divine which never manifested. Correct? Whereas when you say ultimate divine, you're not saying that. So an unmanifest divine means there is no way that we can know that divine. No way we can see that divine. Because nobody has seen it, because it never manifested. Right? So you can only feel it. You can only experience it. By connecting to it, you can only experience it. That's all you can do. And to some people, because they cannot feel some of these experiences, it has to send people with some messages. So that's why suddenly some people will appear in front of you and give you a message. See, I will give you this example. This happened in 95, I think, 94, 95. This was right after my awakening, within a few months after my awakening. So I was going through a lot of, should I do this? Should I do that? Is this okay to do? Those kinds of questions are there, right? So we had we were not in this house, we were in the earlier house. And my wife wanted to throw a party. We have not called people for a long time. We had gone to many people's house and nicely eaten, but we didn't call people for a long time, meaning maybe 2-3 years we had not called anyone home. Because those 2-3 years probably was a difficult period personally in our life, so we had not called. So this was I'm almost sure it was the end of 94, Christmas time, I think. Just before that, I think. Anyways, either 94 or 95, doesn't matter really, early 95. So she decided, and then I said, how many people do you want to call? 5, 10? Then she said, no, I want to call. I mean, I want to call so that, I want to make sure that wherever we had gone, we give, it's like a Thanksgiving thing, that it's a return party kind of thing that we do. Then I said, how many? Maybe 30, 35. I said, 30, 35? That many people? He said, oh, why, what's the problem? I mean, we have had those kinds of people at home earlier. What's the problem? I said, she doesn't know, right? What I am inside of me. I don't want more than 2 people in the house, or more than 4 people. I mean, my children 2, and the 2 of us 4. That's all. Even 1 would be perfect for me, because that awakening has come. I don't want any kind of all this external noise around me. So I was a bit shocked. I was taken aback. And then initially I said, no, reduce it, this, that. And then she tried to reduce the list. Then she said, Kumar, it won't look nice if I call X and I don't call Y, because we have gone there too. And I don't want to do 2 parties, because that will be too much of work. All that. So finally, I reluctantly agreed to this. All right. And then on the day of the party, then she said, I was coming home early, half a day. I had taken half a day off so that we can come and set up everything. She had done all the cooking, and we had ordered some food from outside and all that. And I think some of the food she did at home. And I was going to come early to set up everything. And the children that day also had a carnival in the school. So she said, because I'm going to be busy at home warming up and cooking all this, putting everything together, the final thing. So you have to take the children there, just about a mile from where we were. Take the children to the carnival. I said, okay. And then as I was about to leave work, I called and said, I'm leaving. Do you need anything on the way? Oh, yeah. She said, I forgot. You have to pick up liquor. I said, what? I'm not touching that liquor. She said, why not? You were the one who would drink. I said, you know that all this is old story. When my awakening happened, along with that liquor also went away. It just disappeared. I could not even stand that smell. That kind of a thing was there. So I said, I'm not going to touch, and I'm not going to bring it home. Then she insisted and insisted. And then I said, okay, I'll bring beer. And she said, okay, you bring beer. That will be good enough. So I got 2 cases of beer or whatever I got. That also with great reluctance I brought. Then I came home. The 2 children, my children were ready to go to the carnival. I took them. And in the carnival, I let them free, because it's a school playground. So I didn't have to monitor them. I said, I'll be sitting here. I was sitting on the grass. And quickly I went into meditation. I had nothing else to do. I went into meditation. I started meditating. And maybe I might have meditated for 5 minutes or so. The children came running and said, Daddy, we need money. They each wanted $1 or something like that to buy something. I said, here you go. And then after another 5 minutes, they came running back and said, Daddy, we don't need the money. Everything is free. And they shoved the $2 into my pocket and they ran away. I said, okay, once we are done, you come back. Until then, you don't have to come and tell me every single thing. At the end, we will talk. And they ran away. And the next, it took another half an hour or 40 minutes before they came. So I was meditating. And I was asking, I was inside me, I was saying, oh, Bhagavan, what is this you said I am awakened. I know I went through this experience of awakening. It was a very beautiful experience and all that. But why is this feeling that I'm having? Should I do this? Should I not do that? Should I do that? Should I not do this? Why is this happening to me? That means that I'm not awakened. Is it not? So, is it okay for me to have this kinds of feeling? Is it all right for me to have this kind of? This is the question I was having. So I was constantly asking this question. This was my meditation. Is it all right for me to have this kind of feeling that, alcohol should not be taken at home, or I should not be calling people at home, or uh, I should not, go and ming. These kinds of questions. Is it okay? Or is it okay to have this party at home? All this, is it? So the question is it okay? Is it okay? Is it okay to do this? Is it okay to do that? Is it okay to not to do this? Is it okay not to do this? So the question. And after about 20 minutes or half an hour or whatever, the children came back again running. And they said everything is over, we can go. All right, I said okay. And slowly I got up. And my usual practice is all the currency notes in my wallet, they are all kept nicely stacked, fully stretched, and $20 at the back, then 10, 5, and finally right in the front is the $1 bills. So since I gave them the two $1 bills, they had just come and shoved it in my shirt pocket. So I took it out, it was all kind of wrinkled. So I took it out and straightened it out. And before I put it in the wallet, in one of the dollar bills on the edge, it was written okay. Can you believe this? It was written OKAY. It was written in pencil. It was penciled, okay. What do you say? I got the message, but how beautifully the message came. All right. So I was floating in the air. Okay. I got the message from above directly. So I went home and we had the big party, 35 people were there. I didn't have any problem. No distractions, no difficulties. We went through the party. And then there was one couple a doctor couple, not Dr. Durai, some other doctor, and his wife. They stayed for a longer period. They were there until at least until 2 o'clock or something that morning, 2:30. And I was sitting with the two of them and talking. And then I said, you know what, this afternoon, this is what happened. And with all excitement, I gave them this incident that happened. And they looked at it. And then I showed them the dollar bill. They looked at it and, oh, it was as if nothing had happened. I was shocked because this message was not for them. This message was for me. So if I do this publicity business of trying to publicize, this movement where I got this awakening through this movement, a spiritual movement, through whom I got this awakening. And that head of that movement is such a great person who can bring all this. That is the intent, right? When you show this, because of that only it came. So later on, I understood, that is why I did not. That message was only for me. That is why spiritual messages people generally don't share. It's because that message is only for them. And it can be used in these kinds of groups where people understand, because you're all here for that connectivity. So this is a kind of a mystical experience. So I had many mystical experiences, but that did not bring in the jnana. That's why I keep saying, you may have 1,000 experiences, it will be of no value if the jnana doesn't come. That experience has to be one of jnana, where that jnana, that realization comes. The perceptions of life has to change. The avidya cannot remain at the same level. It has to change. And for that, you have to ask questions. I didn't know that one can. Okay, in that instant, that question was answered. Questions of higher things. I didn't know that I can ask those questions at that time. This I'm talking in 95, 30 years back. So I have come a long way. That's what I was trying to tell all of you. I have come a long way. I'm sure some of you, maybe my sister must have heard this experience of mine. You heard, right? I probably have even shown
Yes,
that color bill. I don't know, somewhere it got lost. I kept
she
it in
told me.
binder. I am not able to find that binder. Anyway, whether all of you believe or you don't believe doesn't really matter to me. Earlier, I kept it in the binder to show people that, see, this is where it is written. How, even then, how does it matter? They can always say you penciled it, correct? So uh, there is a lot to all these things. There's a lot of stuff to all that.
So when you get that message, Kumarji, like when you got that message that it is okay to party and it is okay to participate,
Yes,
did you just follow even though your consciousness had a split between like is it okay to be among people or like drink or like
I never,
participate in
even today, I don't mock people who drink.
mm-hmm.
No, I never mock people. It is their choice.
Yeah, no, I know, but
Yeah.
just when you got that divine message, you just followed it through that it was okay to be a part of it, even though you were actually had a debate within yourself that is it okay or not, because it is like,
See, basically, that debate was for that day. I was
uh-huh,
very agitated. I was very agitated whether I should have this party or not, blah, blah, blah. And then finally, the liquor part. And I didn't know because I said I will not get the hard liquor. She made arrangement through somebody else to bring hard liquor also. I
mm-hmm.
got the beer and then she got the hard liquor through somebody else who brought it home.
Okay.
Anyways, so I was a little uh, shocked when I saw the hard liquor, 2 or 3 big bottles of hard liquor on the table. Then I said, no, I didn't bring it. She said, no, I made arrangements to get it because you said you won't get it. So I took it easily. I said, oh, all right. So that helped me.
Okay.
Okay.
What is the
Yes.
difference like a hard liquor or beer? Liquor is a liquor, right? Anything
Yes.
can be, yeah.
Yes. Liquor is a liquor. No.
But why did you thought that getting beer is okay, but not getting hard liquor is not okay?
Avidya. Because with one can of beer, one doesn't go off the board.
Yeah.
Whereas with one or two pegs, one can go off the board. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Kumarji. So beautiful.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
so I took it that this message was for that day, and later on I understood that none of these qualities can be forced out. They have to live on their own. They have to live on their own. If you fight them, they will stay. They will stay. They will stay put. They will camp. If you don't fight and you accept them, slowly they will leave you.
Yeah.
So that's what I understood as I progressed.
It's like weakening of the problem. Just watching is weakening and opposing is so hard.
Yes.
This is just
Because
weakening them at one point.
because the mind labels things. This is good, this is bad. And and then once we say, oh, I am in the spiritual path, I am attending Patanjali Yoga Sutra class, I am listening to the lecture, and now I should do only good things. I don't want the bad things, and we fight. So it doesn't work like that. You have to accept it. So, Rajashree, go get a bottle of liquor and drink. No problem. I will accept you. I will never think bad of you.
He's on mute.
Hmm?
Why,
Yeah.
sir? What happened? My battery got over, so I had to.
Uh-huh.
My battery got over, so I had to
Oh.
leave.
Oh, okay. Yeah, anyway, it's
Why
time to
liquor,
leave.
sir?
It's
Why
almost 1
liquor?
o'clock. Yes.
Can I also share just a spiritual experience with liquor is that when you stop drinking and you're around people that are drinking, and right, we do our purifications, you can actually see the spirits in the liquor in the people. Like somehow they get embodied because we're embodied by spirit all the time. And when your inhibition is loose spirits can get in. It's a very unique experience, but to me it's a real thing. So you could like talk to their spirits. You're not really even talking to that person because that person's not there anymore.
Yes.
Is it the spirits, Tammy, or hallucination?
For my experience or for theirs, I have to talk to God about that one. It's an experience for me, right? So I just let the experience flow, the lessons come. I don't think of it's a hallucination, right? Is intuition a hallucination? What's a hallucination? I don't judge them, right? We don't judge the people because they're not even there.
See, hallucination is for those who have not come into touch with themselves, and then the spirit that they take makes them to hallucinate.
They think they're hallucinating, but they're really embodied by another spirit. That's how I see it. They're calling it, there's a spirit that gets called in. Each liquor has its own kind of spirits that live in that realm.
Actually, the alcohol, the spirit, has the effect of bringing the right spirit in them. Correct?
Yeah, true nature.
That's when they become truthful.
True
And they
nature,
start
yes.
speaking all the truth.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's
They
why I
use
said,
all
Rajesh.
their smritis.
So maybe
That's
it's not
why-
hallucination.
Yes, that's why Rajeshri, I said, get a bottle of liquor and drink. Then all the truth will come out.
Well, wait, you need someone there to
will come
record
out.
it. Because
You
they
think
don't
I'm putting up
remember.
something different from what I am, sir?
Uh-huh.
You think I'm putting up something different from what I am, actually?
You'll have to find out. You should take some liquor and then you start talking, ask people to record it, and then you will see the real things that you have said. It'll be really a good exercise.
Yes, yes. I have
I'll
seen.
tell you. I'll tell you my experience. You know, in our culture, on my dad's side, when the daughter gets pregnant or the daughter-in-law gets pregnant, they give that kallu. I don't know what.
Yeah,
Toddy.
Yeah, that one.
That which
They
is
give
taken,
that. So
extracted from the farm.
I was given to Sholapur. I mean, I'm basically from Hyderabad, but I'm given to a Maharashtrian. So my grandmother asked my dad to bring that, and my grandmother, I was very close to my grandmother, so she gave me that, and I started crying and crying. It since why did you give me so far away? You don't love me, kya? Why did you give me so far? They are not good people. So everything came out then. So I agree.
That's why
I
people
agree. Intoxic.
see the thing is, normally when we should be expressing things that truthfully, we are not able to do that. Then you have to take alcohol or kallu or bang. Bang also they drink for that.
Bang.
Bang or
Bang.
bang.
On holiday, yeah.
All that you will bring out. Anyways, we will end the session on spirits. Thank you. Namaste, everyone. We'll see you next
Thank you. Namaste, sir.
Thank you, everyone.